Hey guys,
Hey.
So today we wanted to show like one of our little healthy snacks that we do. So if you guys didn't know, Jared is a really good little cook and he cooks everything and he keeps me alive because I would just eat Chipotle and Cafe Rio if it wasn't for him. So he's gonna show you, he has a lot of like little tips and secrets and good meals. So we're gonna make protein bars.
Yeah, so protein bars.
He's gonna make protein bars.
It's kind of like a hodgepodge of like a bunch of different ingredients, but I'll just tell you really quickly what some of the items that I use. They're protein bars, but they're just high in protein, but they have carbs. Like everything's gonna have carbs, and then of course some fats because we want some fats. We want healthy fats, and since coconut
It's like
oil,
a healthy snack.
Yeah, it's a healthy snack. It's a good meal replacement. But coconut oil is a really good compatible fat with the body, and the body absorbs it really well. It's really good, and of course, if you do your research, you know that coconut oil is like one of those things that helps with digestion, brain power, all these things. So it has a lot of great benefits. So I'm going to use coconut oil as the fat, and then there's of course some different fats in all these things. I have some shredded unsweetened coconut. Keep in mind that you can use like organic ingredients, but it's really just up to you. I already went ahead and put some coconut oil.
A long story behind this one.
I already put some coconut oil in the pan that I'm going to use, this glass pan. I don't like to make a huge thing of it just because I like to eat or have more controlled foods and meals. But this is just like I said, like Chad said, it's just a really good snack. It's healthier, it's on the healthier side, and it's really good. So if you need a little quick pick-me-up, this is.
And if you're on the go, it's like a nice little treat you can bring with you. So we have coconut oil from Costco.
Yeah.
This is just like a really generic brand of oats. I think we got it at Walmart. And then we got at Costco also, it's just whey protein. And then we have Himalayan salt. And I don't know what they are, that's why I have to read them. And then we have vanilla imitation. And then agave
Nectar.
Agave nectar.
Yeah. Oh, there's one other thing. I typically like to do, that needs to be cooked a little bit. But I typically like to add peanut butter.
Oh, you do, yeah.
So that's the other thing. Let me grab it really quick because.
But anyways, while he's grabbing that, we wanted to do like movie review as we cooked. So this week we saw not this week, within like the last 2-3 weeks, we saw 2 movies. So we saw Love, Simon, which we both loved so much. And then we saw 2 nights ago, A Quiet Place. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah. So I have this thing with like thrillers, and I kind of like
thrillers.
I kind of like to be spooked. And he doesn't like to be spooked, but like it was kind of one of those things. I saw the trailer for it and I was like instantly obsessed. I was like, I have to see this. And so as
he's been wanting to see it forever too. So and I thought it looked good too. So I was like, okay, let's go see it. And I don't usually like scary movies and things like that. Not because I get scared, just because like unrealistic things, I just like don't like.
He just likes more of like a true story, a true
Yeah.
drama. And that's understandable. I like things that kind of like the stories, you know. It doesn't matter. I'm easily entertained, and I don't know. Anyway,
he has more humor than I do because I'm like, this is stupid, and he's like trying to look at the good. So I try to be more positive.
so all I did really quick on a side note is I heated up the oil, so you can't really see it because it's clear. But I put in probably about like a half a cup of this. I know that sounds like a lot, but trust me, it's good. So I use it to grease the pan, but I'm gonna pour the remainder of it in this bowl, just so I can save on dishes. But yeah, so this is gonna look messy, probably a little bit bro-ish, but it's all good.
Bro-ish. That's why we got our tanks out.
Yeah. Well, okay. So like we said, peanut butter. Of course, this is Adam's natural peanut butter. We don't do like
Chippy.
We don't do any of that other stuff. This is like really.
And it's really good. It tastes amazing.
It's the best. It's my favorite. Anyway, so keep going.
Okay, so let's start with Love, Simon. So Love, Simon, I already knew going into it I was gonna love it, and then it just like was the cutest movie ever. And just for anyone that's gone through coming out, like it was such an incredible story. And my favorite part was when he was talking to his mom. This is when we both like just like lost it and started crying.
We would just start crying. It was just one of those points.
It was so good.
I think I was trying to not let him see me cry because like I think I cry way too much in general.
So he's more of a crier than
I do. I'm a baby when it comes to stuff.
But it's cute.
But yeah, so.
But when he was talking to his mom, and what did she say? I can't remember.
She said you can finally breathe. She said she was sad because it was like an experience that he has to live on his own, which is true. Like any of us who've ever been through it, it's like you can't really, you have to do it by yourself. You have to process everything by yourself. And that was something for me that was so relatable of it. I think the thing that for me that made me a little emotional and cry was just the fact that like here was this mom who was so loving and so supportive, and I think both of us or any of us really can experience that scared feeling, like I don't know how my family's gonna take it. It's just like, why do we even have to do this? Like if you're straight, why do you have to come out, you know, or like why don't straight people have to come out, you know? Just there's all these questions as a gay person that you just really don't understand, and I think they put it perfectly.
They did a good job.
They did such a good job with it.
They did like such a good job. Super cute. And you didn't know who he was emailing. So that's what got me too, because I kept thinking I knew who the person was who he was talking to throughout the whole movie, but you didn't know. And then I was happy who it was at the end. But the dynamic between his parents and him
was beautiful.
Was like so touching, and it was just like such a feel good. And I'm glad like there's a movie like this out there so people can like see it, and it's not like this hidden mystery thing. So it was really nice to see like a gay movie love story in theaters.
Yeah. Really quick.
So good. So go see it if you guys haven't seen it.
Go see Love Simon. It's
so
really
cute.
worth it. And now I'm going to add in a couple scoops of this whey protein. Each scoop has about 30 grams.
So we'll also put the recipe at the end so you guys don't have to like follow along. We'll like put the measurements and everything. So we're just gonna kind of like mix everything in, and then at the end we'll give the recipe just so you guys can have that if you want to do it.
So.
Okay, can I start on the second movie?
Yeah, second movie, go for it.
Okay, so the second movie was A Quiet Place, and going into it I was like, oh, it looks interesting, it looks like it'll be a good movie. I didn't know what it was about because the trailer doesn't really give much away. The opening scene was really interesting. It made me like wonder what was going on, and it was shot beautifully, and I was like, okay, this will be good. But for me, like the first like 20 minutes, no one says a word, they don't talk. And like, I'm like a fish, like my intention, what's it called?
Your memory. Your attention span.
Intention?
No, attention.
So my attention span is like 7 seconds. So like you don't got me, I'm gone. I'm just like, okay, what time is it? So that's me, I'm like ADD. So I could not focus, and I'm like, okay, can someone talk? Can someone do something? You liked it more.
Yeah. Well, like, for me, sorry, I'm gonna finish off this one because the other one wasn't open and I hate opening new things.
He has to finish something before he opens it.
I'm only putting in about a tablespoon. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's because vanilla, imitation flavor, vanilla just makes it all.
I'm just here for moral support.
Which is exactly what I need. But yeah, no, I did like the movie though because I feel like the movie, I liked it in general. The end, I hate it because I wanted to see the resolution. I wanted to see how it finished. I wanted to see them survive and have like this triumphant moment where like the family was together. Because I can't even say this.
They
don't want to ruin it.
No, but it gives you. Well, how the hell do you say it? It gives you the idea. You know what happens.
Yeah.
So at the end, you know what happens, but they don't show it. So they leave it to like the mind, but like it answers the questions. They solve the problem. It was resolved. It was like a different movie you don't usually see. They did a lot of different things that I don't know.
They used a lot of different. I mean, it was different because they weren't speaking through a lot of it, and so a lot of it was left to the imagination. So I think for me, that's where I was kind of like, oh, like I like how engaged I felt in the movie because it just made me.
That's where we're so opposite.
Yeah. See, like I felt more engaged because it like, you know, you're trying to pay attention more to the context, what happened, what's the dynamic between these characters, and what, you know, for me. But that's because like I did a lot of like filmmaking growing up, so I don't know. That's my.
And he is a filmmaker now, so
exactly.
That's why he can appreciate those things. Where I'm just like, I try to appreciate them because you are, and I'm a photographer, so I try to appreciate it. But the nail part, there's a nail part. We won't go into details, but every time they went down the stairs, we were both like cringing and screaming because you just have to see it.
You do have to see it. It's definitely one of those things where you have to see.
Would
Okay.
you recommend it?
I would if you're kind of like.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. This is about a third cup of oats. I just put in about another third cup of the unsweetened coconut. Again, this has a lot of the sweetener in it, so we don't really need to do that, but I'm just kind of, it's getting thicker because the peanut butter and the olive, or why do I keep calling it olive oil? But coconut oil is like starting to cool down, so anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm now mixing these ingredients together. Anyway,
Yeah.
I probably sound like I have really bad English describing that, but so this is what it looks like.
Put it in the oven.
I don't need an oven. It just needs to go in the fridge.
Oh, so explain that part.
Yeah.
I thought you needed to bake it.
Nope, no baking necessary. It's a no bake. So it's all done. So right now, all we need to do is let it cool. I'm gonna make the chocolate stuff to like put on top of it, and we're done. So
Good job, baby.
So for the chocolate topping part, like I mentioned, I like to make my own chocolate because you can't really use other chocolate. And I like to use really good ingredients, like I mentioned, coconut oil, cocoa, agave, some salt.
Hold it up.
Himalayan salt, which is really good. It has a lot of minerals in it. But I'm putting in some of these ingredients. Of course, some vanilla. I'm just gonna put in about a teaspoon. And then some raw agave. Let me put that in. I'll just kind of eyeball everything. Kind of mix everything up. I want everything low. The reason why I do agave though is just because it's lower in glycemic than like sugar or anything like that. So, I mean, it still has a glycemic index. It's still there, but again, it's just better for you. So at this point, I'm gonna add in about 1/4 cup of cocoa. This is what it looks like when it's all melted.
It's just chocolate.
So just melted chocolate. And then it's gonna cool and it's gonna be kind of, it's gonna be more firm. So, just like that. All right, so this is the last part.
All right, let's see.
There we go. So this is what it looks like, the finished product. It still needs to be cooled a little bit more, so I'm gonna put it in the fridge and we're just gonna enjoy it right after that.
Look at those arms though.
Stop.
Do a little flex for us.
Stop. I'm not flexing.
How long do you put it in the fridge for?
Just until it's hard.
You ready?
Yeah. What do you think?
It's really good.
Is it good?
The chocolate on top makes it.
Does it?
It's delicious, yeah.